So here we are again. This time it's the Fall Fling at Woodley Park in Van Nuys, California. We have all kinds of Mopar Chrysler products going back to the 30s, police cars, and early 50s, late 50s, etc. And we have our K-car contingent, which are the 1980s Chrysler vehicles that saved Chrysler, Lee Iacocca's babies. This first one is a pristine 85 Woody LeBaron turbo convertible owned by Steve. It was his mother's car, and she passed it on to him. And just to give you an idea of how beautiful these cars were when they were new, because this one is like new inside. Mark Cross leather interior, full power equipment, beautiful to drive, 25 miles to the gallon on the highway, 20 around town. Here we have our President Guy Coulomb's 89 Dodge Aries with a 2.5 liter 4-cylinder. And then next to him, guy who owns this car.
I'm surprised nobody has a limo out here.
Yeah.
Excuse me, guys. Excuse me. I'm recording. Guy who owns this car.
This belongs to our good member, Nicholas Zodovich of Palm Springs, California. Has
Okay.
43,000 original miles. It was bought from a little old lady in Pasadena about 2 or 3 years ago. And it's been on several road trips with the club. Absolutely stunning Mark Cross coupe.
Yes, this is the coupe version of the convertible we just looked at that belongs to Steve. Power seats, etc. I'm sorry I cut you guys off.
No, it's all right.
This is going on Facebook shortly. So, anyway, and you can see, look at the beautiful under the hood, like new. Car like this can be purchased now for what, about $5,000, Guy?
Definitely 5,000.
Or less. This is my 84 LeBaron turbo convertible, which I use on a regular basis. It's not restored, it's all original. 30 years old this year. This is an 85 Plymouth Caravelle turbo. The Caravelle was a longer wheelbase version of the K-car, and this is owned by Ray. Very lovely car, and it's his daily driver. He uses it. This beautiful Woody wagon is owned by Jay, who lives in Palm Springs. He has decided to sell it. We don't know for how much. This car also has very low mileage, only about 18 or 20,000 miles. It also has the Mark Cross interior, full leather, full equipment. Just a beautiful car. Notice the detail, even the wood grain on the luggage rack, etc. And not only were these beautiful, but they're actually very practical, easy to work on, easy to park and drive. Very just delightful automobiles to own and to use. We have Dave's Chrysler 600, or excuse me, Dodge 600 convertible. Dave has his car for sale as well. One of the things that's happening is our Ks are moving from daily drivers to collector cars, and their value is actually going up because of that. So here we have another turbo convertible, Mark Cross interior. I can't remember the name of the couple that owns this. And then we have another Plymouth Caravelle, also with a turbo, also a daily driver, used every day. And now we have Mike's convertible, and this one originally was a Woody, but someone bought it to take the wood grain off of it for another project. And Mike is moving to Ohio, so it's for sale. Very clean inside, low mileage. And then we have Lee's absolutely pristine 89 Plymouth Reliant that he got from his grandmother. And this car only has about 40,000 miles on it. These were very solid daily transportation, comfortable, air conditioning, power steering and brakes, easy to drive, quiet on the highway, very peppy. 20 miles to the gallon in town, 25 on the highway. Just wonderful cars to drive, especially, as I said, particularly in the city, because they're the perfect size for parking, easy parking. One of the design features on all these Ks that I've always loved is, notice there's no, let me find where, oh yeah, notice there's no dent to pull the gas you push. And what's interesting is Mercedes-Benz lifted this feature, and they have a similar door on the gas caps of a lot of Mercedes where there's no groove or hook, you instead push on this side. But this, believe it or not, our Chrysler K cars were the very first car in the world to have that feature for the gas cap door. So here we go again, looking inside. And these cars, this is a 6-passenger car. I had one similar to it. I drove from LA to Santa Fe, New Mexico one year, straight through in 17 hours. 3 people and a dog in the car. And I got stopped by highway patrolman in northern Arizona for doing, what was it, 80 miles an hour? Anyway, so these are our wonderful K cars. We had a very large showing this weekend here at Woodley Park, and come out and see the Mopars next year. We'll have the Spring Fling will be the next event. Twice a year, the Mopar Chrysler Owners Club of Southern California puts this event together. Here is a beautiful Dodge 1960 coupe and Dodge 500, which was the performance model. And we'll close out this video. You can see all the details on this car. This was Chrysler Corporation's jewel.
Oh, you won a prize.
In the 60s, in the early 60s. You'll notice that the seats swivel to get in and out. There were also power seats. You can see the power control there, and then the little lever to lift to swivel the seat to get in and out. This was the Dodge Polara 500. These were very interesting and amazing automobiles. This one is the Hemi, which was the performance engine. Notice it has twin 4-barrel carburetors, hemispherical combustion chambers, and the ram induction intake manifold. That's why the long tubes, to get extra performance and efficiency out of the engine. So while we have a plane landing at the Van Nuys Airport, we're going to close with this video of our Mopar show, and we're having a very wonderful time out here in Woodley Park in Van Nuys, California.